In 2012, Call of Duty was a nationwide phenomenon. It was pretty much at the height of its popularity, and it was somehow going to be launched even higher with the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Multiplayer was definitely the most anticipated part of the game to many, but some fans of a little side mode called Zombies were also getting curious. While multiplayer did get a phenomenal launch trailer, Zombies players got a teaser for what was seemingly the next generation of what the game mode was going to be. The map to shape the next generation? Transit. Oh man, Transit. If there was a perfect way to announce and show off the new map, it would be this. Many people didn't think that Moon, the grand finale of the original Black Ops Zombies mode, could even be topped. But a rideable bus, a new cast of characters, roaming a destroyed Earth ravaged by the missiles that you launched on Moon years ago, it was shaping up to be the best Zombies experience yet. Jimmy Zielinski and his team worked hard on Transit and the original Black Ops, carefully crafting this intricate and ever-expanding story. His magnum opus, Moon, as I'd mentioned, was what most people would have thought the peak of the story was. But he wasn't done yet. After 3 years of development, 3 years of waiting, 3 years of hype, his newest and most ambitious Zombies experience to date was finally coming out. Well, this is where I would play some clips of excited Zombies fans and overjoyed Black Ops players, but that's not how things happened. What happened on that fateful November launch day could have killed the game before it even got to start. But how did we even get to this point? What led to the release of Transit? How did Zielinski end up as the director of Zombies? Well, not much about Zielinski's background and history is common knowledge, but a bit can be found on his website. In 2006, Jimmy Zielinski was hired by Treyarch as the lead animator for Treyarch's next project, Call of Duty World at War. Under his job descriptions, he listed working on the core AI of the Zombies mode and being the lead animator for most of the game. In Zielinski's words, he was a key member of a small team who developed the Nazi Zombies mode for COD World at War. So in his short time at Treyarch to this point, his career already included creating the backbone of the Call of Duty Zombies mode. The AI, the animating, he was a very important piece to a very important mode. There's a good chance that without Zielinski at Treyarch, Zombies wouldn't have even been a thing. In 2010, Zielinski was promoted to the creative director of all of Zombies at Treyarch Studios. This wasn't just animating and coding. Being the creative director was creating the stories, thinking of the ideas, everything. He was now in charge of everything that would make Zombies zombies. He worked directly with the script writers, voice actors, artists, animation teams, everyone. And with Zielinski at the helm, they created something special. Black Ops 1 maps like Kino, Ascension, Moon, everything was being created under Zielinski's watchful eye. Passion oozed from every square inch of this mode, and it was obvious with how well things were turning out. Creating new experience after new experience, innovation after innovation, it truly was special. On that aforementioned website, Zielinski wrote about those Black Ops 1 maps, noting some of what he was thinking during their creation. During the creation of Kino der Toten, the Black Ops 1 launch map, he states, "This map actually began development during World at War, and was brought back to life during Black Ops as a perfect map to ship on disc to rekindle the story for followers of World at War zombies." Speaking about Ascension, he states, "This was a map that was planned as the main offering on disc. However, the team's ambition in the map scope required a longer development time, so it was shelved for a later release date." About the map called The Dead, he states, "Oh man, I was into this one. The chance to create a Zombies experience not only for the father of modern zombieism, George Romero, but he would be a character in it, not to mention the rest of the cast." This is where his personal recollection of these maps stops. It provides some really interesting insight into how much passion Jimmy had for the Zombies mode. Years of development and learning leads us right back to where we started however many minutes ago this video started. To say Transit was disappointing would be an understatement. They went all in, and sadly, they didn't hit. It was all too ambitious for what the Xbox 360 and PS3 could achieve. What we got was not a cutting-edge, polished map, it was a disappointment. Thick fog really made the whole map look bland. Not being able to see much while traveling on pathways was less of a design choice and more of a forced compromise because of the limitations of the hardware. There was always the bus. The bus was cool for the first trip or so. The luster really wore off once you realized it was less of this traveling safe haven and more of an unreliable but only viable way to traverse the map. The list goes on and on and on. Pack-a-Punch, which was the only way to upgrade your weapons to the next level besides double tap, was complicated and very strange to unlock. I swear, when me and my friends would play this map, it would be luck, it would be chance if somehow Pack-a-Punch opened. It was cryptic, it was a riddle, and almost everything in those games was a riddle. But this just never made sense. Ever. People like us were confused, underwhelmed, and starting to grow concerned. What was the next map going to be like? Zielinski's second try in Black Ops 2 wasn't much of an improvement. Die Rise, the first DLC map, was very polarizing. There were definitely design choices about Die Rise which were warranted and kind of interesting, but like Transit, there were also plenty of headache-inducing inclusions. Things were really starting to trend downwards, and Treyarch internally realized this. They wanted to try something out, and Treyarch didn't have to look far to find Jason Blundell waiting for his opportunity. Blundell worked on the campaigns of Call of Duty since COD 3. Given a chance by Treyarch to design a zombies map was an interesting decision, but one he would take and really make the most of it. Under Blundell, the team got to work on the second DLC map for Black Ops 2, and after some time, development, and plenty of research, they created Mob of the Dead.
What the fuck?
This ain't right. Something weird's going on here.
You don't say, Weasel. Where are those screams coming from?
Oh, shit.
This was exactly what people were looking for. This was the map everyone had been craving since Mood had released all those years ago. Mob of the Dead reinvigorated the zombies community. Jason Blundell and the team under him were deeply passionate and talented. The new cast of interesting mobster characters, the spooky yet deep design of Alcatraz, this is zombies. This was not looking good for Zielinski. Blundell came in and created the best map the zombies community had ever seen up to this point. Treyarch gave Zielinski one more chance. They gave him one more map to show if he could still create that magic. As one last hurrah from Zielinski and his team, we received Buried, the third DLC map. It was pretty decent. Everything people loved about Mob was, for the most part, absent. It felt like a Zielinski map, for better or for worse. Even though the map was decent, it was too easy for casual players and not what many people wanted. Buried ended up being the last map that Zielinski ever created for Treyarch. And for the fourth and final map, Treyarch turned to Blundell again. They knew what he could do, he knew what he could do, and the fans knew what he could do. With a team behind him, a community ready for whatever he'd create, and a new passion for zombies, the rest, as they say, is history.